Good evening. The purpose of this screencast is to review the interactive module planning template for this week's assignment. My lesson topic is linear equations, and to give you a little background, it's designed for adult learners who are pursuing their high school equivalency diploma. I can probably safely assess that the equivalent age is around 5th, 6th, 7th grade, but this particular module is designed for the adults, but the level of the content is about 5th, 6th, 7th grade. We're looking at high school dropouts age 16 and above. They have varied amount of life experience. So the key is going to be to show them the relevance of this information and to keep them motivated to learn. Because as you can see here in my target audience, some of the students attend class at the requirement of their probation officer, which means they're a little less motivated to be in class, so it makes it a little more challenging. Plan to use a newly created website to house and run the learning module. I'll go over the first learning objective, and that is here, given the resources, reviewing the key points to remember. Students will be able to work with positive and negative numbers using addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division accurately. The main point is adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing negative numbers. Sub-points go down from there. The instructional planning for this, initially there's a passive component here where they'll be watching the YouTube video, but then they'll be able to stop, or at the end of the video they will do some interactive activities such as drawing a number line, actually seeing the relationship on paper of the negative numbers and the positive numbers. They'll be able to practice some skills on paper after they're introduced to information on adding and subtracting and then multiplying and dividing negative numbers. We'll have some YouTube videos and some links to other websites such as Khan Academy, an online calculator in case they don't have one with them. No formal assessment necessarily, other than some self-assessments by comparing their answers to what's provided on the website. It's not important necessarily to gather data as far as a grade. They don't receive grades in the class, but we do monitor their progress. So it's important to see that they're learning the information, but not necessarily assign a grade. So no formal assessment, but the practice materials, we will be able to have data from those to see if they're improving. The learning objective 2, given resources explaining the 3-step process for solving linear equations, students will demonstrate their ability to solve linear equations using a 3-step process accurately. We'll introduce the 3-step process, and they will review some material on the website and practice skills. So again, that's interactive. Some videos. So we're not creating a module that students will have to just read. We want to have the interactive components and the different types of learning in terms of watching, hearing, not just reading and being asked to do. There's a lot of practice of the skills, not a lot of creativeness, but definitely interactive components to this skill. And again, assessments will self-assess their skill by comparing their answers in their practice problems. Learning objective 3, given resources, reviewing the application of algebra to real world problems. That's difficult to say. Students will interpret and solve real world problems using a 3-step process accurately. So in learning objective 2, we're looking at being able to compute using the algebraic equations. Learning objective 3 is going a step further and applying that to real world situations and not just an equation given on a worksheet. So we'll be doing some more, a little bit of passive activity at the beginning where we're just showing the connection of the initial equation to the real world examples. But then we'll get into down here where we're determining the linear equation, a little bit of creativeness where they'll be given various examples such as, a visit to the grocery store, perhaps an ad, a picture of an ad, and asked to, have a shopping list, create a shopping list and calculate the total based on having to buy, multiples of something. So a little bit creative, although um, not as much as perhaps some other types of activities or other topics would involve. Content resources. I'm going to, as I mentioned before, build the module from a new website so they can access the resources and materials included. And while I'm not sure exactly that I will use all of these technological resources, but I know Weebly, VideoScribe, possibly Audacity, PowerPoint, Kahoot, Quizzes, YouTube, all great resources, and perhaps some new ones that I didn't even list here, but looking forward to it, looking forward to creating a great module. Thank you.